Welcome to the basic training video for Connect 5. In this video, we will cover setting up your security profile and password, updating your user account page, signing in, sending a voice, email, and SMS or text message, viewing delivery reports, and searching and editing recipients or contacts. Let's begin. When your user account is set up in Connect 5, you receive an email message welcoming you to the system. It looks like this one, but it will have your username in it and a unique link. Make note of your username because you will need it to log in the future. Click the link and you'll be taken to set up your password and security profile. Make any necessary adjustments to your phone number or title, and then create your password. The password must be at least 8 characters long, must contain at least one capital letter, one number, and no special characters. As you enter your password, the requirements will be checked off. Any criteria that are not checked have not been met. Once you have entered a valid password, enter it again below to confirm it. Then scroll down to complete your security questions. And click Save when you are finished. You will be shown the End User Services Agreement. Read this now or print out a copy to read later. Click I accept and you will be logged in. You will receive another email indicating that your security profile has been completed. It will look like this one. Going forward, if you ever need to update your account information, you can do so by visiting the Account page. Hover over your name in the top right corner and click Account. To change your password, click the Change Password link. Enter your current password and your new password. Note that your password will expire after 1 year, but you will get an email reminding you to update it. On this screen, you can also set up subscriptions. If you would like to receive the calls you send or that anyone at your site sends, select the appropriate option from the drop-down and make sure you enter a subscription phone. If you would like to receive the email report after a message is sent, select your preferred option from the second drop-down. You can set up your preferences for each message type. When you are finished, make sure you click Save at the bottom. Let's sign out to show the normal sign-in process. The sign-in page is www.blackboardconnect.com. Enter your username and the password you chose, and then click Sign In. If you ever forget your username or password, you can click the links on the page here. You will receive an email providing you with assistance, or if you have a completed security profile, you will see some on-screen prompts. Note that if you enter your password incorrectly 5 times, you will be locked out of your account, and the only way to reset it is to call client care. So if you have tried unsuccessfully a few times to sign in, rather than keep guessing, use the Forgot Username or Forgot Password link. Once you are signed in, you see the home page. Each section is clearly labeled. You can read announcements about the latest release and newest features, view this month's quick stats, review recent activity, and find the phone number and email address for client care so you always know how to reach out when you have a question. Under that, you can activate Safe Mode, which will let you practice sending a message without the concern that you will accidentally send it. In the top right corner, you can access Behind the Blackboard, which is the online help for Connect 5. It contains many articles, guides, and videos in a searchable knowledge base. At the very top of every screen, we have the different tabs that allow you to navigate around the web application, as well as quick access to send a message. Let's go to the Message Center. An outreach message goes to primary phone numbers, while an emergency message goes to all phone numbers on file for the selected recipients. An attendance message goes to the attendance phone. For many contacts, the attendance phone is the same as the primary phone, but it can be different. If you create email content for an outreach, emergency, or attendance message, it goes to all email addresses on file for the selected recipients. I'm going to select outreach. One of the advantages to Connect 5 is the ability to send multilingual, multimodal messages all from one screen. First, I'll give the message a name. Next is picking who will receive this message. There are a few quick selection methods. The autocomplete feature makes it easy to select all contacts. Just start typing out the word all, and when the system's suggestion pops up, click on it. The autocomplete feature also works for any of the contact types, such as students, staff, faculty, etc., as well as any group that has been created. We will use a different option today. To target your message more selectively, click the To button. Here you will see filters that let you select contacts by grade, gender, and so on. This information comes from the data files that are imported into the Connect 5 system. For schools, this information comes from your Student Information System, or SIS. Click the orange plus next to the filter you want to open, then click to place a check in the desired category. Say I want to call all of the 5th graders who are in the Accelerated Reader program. I would open Grade and check 5, and then open Group and check Accelerated Reader. When I'm finished selecting my desired filters, I can click the Select All box to select all of the contacts that meet the criteria I chose, or I can click Search to view who meets the criteria and manually select the contacts I want to receive the message. Notice how the number of contacts selected increases every time I check a name. If you hover your mouse over a contact, a snapshot of that contact's information appears, which can help you differentiate between two contacts with the same name. For this demonstration, I will check Select All and then click Done. I have chosen my recipients. If your selected contacts are tagged with different home languages, you will see them in the ovals here, along with a count. To create content in one of these other languages, just click on that oval. If you only create English content, everyone will receive the message in English, regardless of what language they are tagged with in Connect. Let's create English first. Just below your recipients are the delivery mode icons. Underneath each icon is a number, which indicates how many of your selected recipients have contact info for that modality. In this example, 4 English speakers have phone numbers, 4 have email addresses, and 4 have SMS numbers. This information is provided so that you can make an informed decision about what content to create. For instance, if no one had an SMS phone number, I would decide not to create that content. Click on each icon to create content for that modality. If you don't want to create content for all the different types, you don't have to. Any icon that is orange has content. Gray icons do not have content, so nothing will go out in those modalities. The system starts you off on phone, but you can jump to a different part if you want just by clicking on the icon. For phone messages, you can select what number you would like to display to recipients who have caller ID. The options that appear in the drop-down are set up by your super user or champion. Let's take a look at delivery options. Usually, you will not want to check the call phone's one-time only box. By default, Connect tries each number up to 3 times if it gets a busy signal or there's no answer. But if you check this box, Connect will not retry any busy or no answer numbers, reducing the overall success rate of your call. However, if you anticipate sending multiple messages in a short period of time, For instance, to update people in an emergency situation, you may want to select this box to prevent the system from attempting to redial busy numbers. Okay, let's move on to creating phone content. On the right side of the screen, there are two buttons, Add Voice and Add Text-to-Speech. Click Add Voice if you want to record the message yourself. Click Add Text-to-Speech if you'd rather have the system read a message you type out. Connect recommends that for most calls you record the message in your own voice. However, text-to-speech is a useful feature when you are not able to make the recording yourself. I'm going to click Add Voice. A box appears where I can type out a script for myself, or I can use a saved script from this drop-down box. Note that as I type out my script, the approximate length updates. The system is estimating how long your recording of that script will be. You want to aim for a minimum of 20 seconds long to ensure that Blackboard Connect can leave your message on voicemail systems and answering machines. Generally, try to stay under 1 minute to minimize hang-ups. On the right is the phone number to call along with the user ID and message box ID to enter. The message box ID changes with every message you create, so always refer to the numbers on your own screen. When you call, you will be asked to enter the user ID and message box ID from your screen. Then you'll be prompted to record your message. You will be able to play it back or re-record it if you make a mistake. At the end, the system will prompt you to press 9 to save your recording. Make sure you don't hang up until you've pressed 9. Let's call the message recorder to hear what it sounds like.
Welcome to the Blackboard Connect message recorder. Please enter your 6-digit user ID. Please enter the message box ID located on your screen. At the tone, record your message. To record a message with flex fields, press star for the flex field. Wait for the tone to continue your recording. When you are finished recording, press pound.
Good evening, parents. This is Principal Demo calling with an important announcement. I'd like to invite you to our open house. Thank you and goodbye.
To re-record your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To enter another message box ID located on your screen, press 3. To exit, press 9. Goodbye.
Okay, I've made my recording. Note that the screen will not change. Now I will move on to creating email content, so I will click on that icon. Notice how the phone icon is now orange. That indicates there is phone content created. The email icon is gray because I haven't created any email content yet. The from address defaults to email@blackboard.com, which means if a recipient replies to this email, no one will get it. If other email IDs have been set up by your super user or champion, they will be available to choose in this drop-down. I can type out my subject line here and then type out the body of my message, but if I want it to say the same thing as the phone message, I can use this drop-down here called Copy from Mode and select Phone. That will bring over my phone script into the email body. Now I can make any desired adjustments and apply any HTML formatting I might want. If you have an attachment you wish to include, click Select underneath the Copy from Mode drop-down and browse for your file. There is a maximum of 3 attachments of 3 megabytes each. Moving on to SMS or text message content. I'll click the icon of the cell phone and then type out my message. I could use Copy from Mode, however, text messages are limited to 160 characters, so there isn't enough room to fit the whole phone script. I'll figure out a way to shorten it and keep an eye on my remaining characters available. To create Spanish content, I simply click on the Spanish oval right on this screen. It turns orange to indicate that is the language I am currently working on. There are fewer tabs for Spanish because the other modalities are limited to English only. For phone content, I can add voice or text-to-speech just like with English. If you choose text-to-speech, there is a translation tool available. However, it is always best to have a human translate and record the message at the school site, or call client care for translation assistance. The great thing about multilingual messaging in Connect 5 is that the system automatically knows who gets which version based on the language the contact is tagged with in Connect 5. For this demonstration, I will not be creating content in the third language represented, which means those contacts will get the English version of the message. Now that we've created content, it's time to move on to scheduling the message. I can choose now or later. If I choose later, I need to specify the date and time. I can manually type them in this box, or I can use the calendar and clock icons to select from the drop-downs. After I enter my desired date and time, I have to click Add Selected Date. If I want to schedule this message twice, I simply enter a second date and time and click Add Selected Date again. Although it is very easy to schedule the same message multiple times, keep in mind that over-communicating via Blackboard Connect can actually diminish the effectiveness of the system. So to review what we've done so far, we gave the message a name, we selected recipients, we created content, and we selected the date and time for it to go out. If at any point during this process you need to step away from the computer or turn your attention to something else, you should click the Save as Draft button. This will save your work so that if the system times you out, you will not lose anything. You will be timed out after an hour of inactivity. It's a good idea to click Save as Draft every time you complete a section. You never know when you may be called away from your desk. To get to a draft you saved previously, go to the Message Center and click Drafts. Hover over the draft and click the pencil icon to edit. Okay, back to the message that we were sending. Everything has been set up, so I will click Next. I get a pop-up that reviews everything. If I need to change any part, I can click Edit Message. If it all looks correct, I'll click the orange Send button. I'm redirected to the outbox, which is where all scheduled messages are stored while they are waiting to go out or actually in the process of sending. If you hover over the scheduled message, you'll see an arrow on the left. Click the arrow to expand the message and view the details. There will be an icon and status bar present for each type of content created. To view the content, click on the icon. If you hover your mouse over the top section of the box, you will see two more icons on the right. You can click the pencil if you want to edit the scheduled message, such as to change the time or recipients. Or you can click the X if you want to cancel the scheduled message. Note that if you cancel a message before it starts going out, it will be deleted from the system. Any content you created is lost. If you cancel a message that is in the middle of sending, the system will halt the process. However, because Connect dials and sends so quickly, it is likely that many of your recipients will have already received the message. You will be able to look at the report to see who got it and who didn't. For this demonstration, I will edit the message and change the date and time to be sent immediately. Once a message has finished being sent, it moves from the outbox to the Sent page. Hover over the message you want to view the results for. On the right, you will see two icons. Click the magnifying glass to view the delivery details. On this page, you can see the message title, message type, what site and user sent it, and when it went out. If you click on the number next to Selected Contacts, you will see a report showing you if each recipient was reached successfully. If you click on the language, you will be able to view and/or listen to the content of the message. Below are bar graphs showing the percentage of recipients successfully reached for each modality. You can click View Detailed Results to see the pie charts, indicating live answer, answering machine, and so on. If you want to view the phone number by phone number breakdown, click the Export button. This will open a file in Excel where you can see the recipients' names, phone numbers, and the result of each call. Next, we'll look at the Recipients tab. Here, you'll be able to view all the contacts that have been loaded into your account. For schools, the district usually does this for you, and the data comes from your student information system. To view everyone, leave the search box empty and click Search. To bring up filters, click Advanced Search. You can narrow down your results by grade, gender, etc. Note that you can search not only for names, but also for phone numbers, ID numbers, and so on by changing this drop-down. Let's look at a sample contact. To view a contact's information, hover over their name and click the pencil icon on the right. At the very top, you can click Message History to see a list of all the calls and emails sent to this contact. This section here displays the site the contact is located at, their reference code, name, grade, and language. Below, you can view the phone numbers and email addresses and see what groups the contact belongs to. To add a phone number or SMS number, click the plus sign next to Contact Modes. Here you can select whether the phone number is a home phone, work phone, or mobile phone. Enter the number including the area code, and check off whether this phone number can receive voice calls, SMS, or both. Then click Apply. To add an email address, click the same plus sign next to Contact Modes, but select Email from the Mode drop-down box. Enter the email address and click Apply. To change an existing phone number or email address, hover over it and click on the pencil icon. Make the changes, and then click Apply. To delete an existing phone number or email, hover over it and click the trash can icon. If you click Voice Preferences on the right, you can change which phone number is set as the primary number, which will receive outreach calls, and also designate an additional or secondary number that will also receive all outreach and attendance calls. Select the phone numbers as desired and then click Apply. To remove someone from a group, hover over that group and click the X. To add someone to a group, click the plus sign next to Group Associations, check off the group and click Apply. After making changes, don't forget to go to the bottom of the screen and click the orange Save button. If you skip this step, the changes and additions you just made will not be saved. Keep in mind that any changes you make directly in Connect may be overwritten the next time a file is uploaded by the district, unless you also make the changes in the student information system or whatever database the upload file is pulled from. The reason you may need to make a manual update in Connect 5 is if you are sending a message out prior to the next scheduled district import. Thank you for watching the basic training video for Connect 5. To explore Connect 5 in more depth, watch the advanced training videos available in Behind the Blackboard. If you need assistance using Connect 5, please contact Client Care at the phone number or email address on the screen.